This is the Crowbar with Part 2 of Mission 01 of Metal Gear Rising. If you followed this from the last video, you might notice I've got a bit more health and energy right now. I had a problem with recording, so I had to go back and re-record this after I had played through the game. So we've just taken care of the wolf boss. And you'll run to the end of the bridge here and fight a couple guys with shields. These guys are pretty standard, easy to kill enemies. Their shields just take a little bit of slashing to get through. And part of the problem about having to come back and record is that I've already gotten all of the collectible items in this area. So I can show you where they all are, but I can't collect them because they're already gone. And some people can occasionally have trouble with this bridge portion here. The easiest way to do it right after this point is to just run straight down the middle of the bridge and don't move left or right at all. And after the bridge, you'll be faced with a mini-boss here, which is a hammerhead. The hammerhead is a helicopter, and they're not really all that bad. There's plenty of homing missiles scattered around this area, and you can go and pick them up, walk onto the helicopter, and then fire at it. And not only do those do a lot of damage, they will also stun it. And I missed the prompt there, but I get it here. Once it gets down towards low health, you can run along the missiles and jump towards it and then Zanbatsu it. And I'm just running around to pick up some extra Stinger missiles here. And right at the start of this next area, we are going to have the second civilian that we can rescue. And a funny little fact about civilians is that you actually can't damage them. So the easiest way to save this one is to shoot a rocket launcher at the guy standing next to him. Do that and it will kill both of them, or stun them enough that they will instead focus on you instead of him. Then just take all these enemies out and talk to them. And that will trigger the civilian rescue. After that, you can come up onto the top of this roof and collect an item, and then make your way down to the end of the street. Now to get into this next area, you need to get through this gate. There are two ways to do that. You can either go and cut a hand off of a cyborg, which is what we're going to be doing, or you can slash through the gate in blade mode. And slashing through is the bad way to go. If you do that, there's a whole bunch more enemies that you need to kill in the next fight, and they're pretty nasty. And right here, you'll find a VR terminal. Obviously, I've already gotten it. And then this guy has your first data arm. To get these, you generally want to try and use a stealth attack, and then cut off right where the red portion of their arm is, at the elbow. And there are a whole bunch of these throughout the game. This isn't the only one. This is the only one you really need to collect for any reason, but collecting the other ones will unlock new weapons and items for you. And once you go through the gate, you'll fight a group of enemies, and one of the guys in this that you want to be careful of is this new enemy, which is a heavy cyborg. Or a custom cyborg, sorry. And these guys are pretty beefy, and they're pretty tough to kill. They have armor, and they'll charge you with a sword. And on top of that, what makes them difficult is that you need to perfect parry them multiple times in a row to actually get the hit in on them. And you need to be careful when fighting those guys. They can do a lot of damage, and they can do it fast. So it's best to try to get them into a stun state, and then repeatedly hit them in that. You can counter them like I did, but it's difficult to get all of the counters in a row. For that fight, you can come into this building, and back here you'll find another VR mission terminal. There will be a brief cutscene when you come out here, and after that cutscene, there will be another enemy with an arm that you need to chop off. Now, since I already have these, you can't actually see them. And it's the enemy that's walking around here, not the one that I just killed right here. And you can use stealth in this part here, which is what I end up doing, or you can get caught and you'll just engage a standard fight.
Very well done.
And there is one more arm that we can grab in this area, and it's kind of a little tricky. If you go into this building here, 3 enemies will spawn, and the arm is off one of them in here. And I'm fairly certain that it is the 3rd enemy that I end up killing in this sequence. This one here. And you get a message from Boris here telling you that there was backup called during the last fight. That happens occasionally. If you want to get an S rank for every mission in the game, then you'll need to go back and get those. I don't get them in this playthrough. The other guide that's up here does a really good job of telling you where to get all the ranked fights and everything, so you can use that. And then once you get down to this fence, we're going to get into Part 3 of Mission 01.